Hello and welcome to Traffic Talks. My name is Pyro and I talk about what's going on in my life, usually with a lesson I've learned, some tips and tricks you can follow that helped me, and a lot of laughs in each episode. If this sounds like something you would enjoy hearing, feel free to follow the podcast, subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and to see what I'm up to, you can check out my Instagram page linked below. Bye! Hello and welcome back to Traffic Talks. Yes. This episode is being uploaded late because Black Friday this year has been a very difficult thing to deal with because this year itself has been such an up and down that I've actually not been paying attention to the date, especially coming back from a funeral, which was a very intense thing to deal with because just to give you a quick recap, it was in Port Elizabeth, meaning I had to go from Cape Town till Port Elizabeth, which was a whole other saga, but I was lucky enough to get off from the Wednesday to the Friday, so we made a long weekend of it. We flew up on Wednesday, we had a prayer meeting and viewing on Thursday, the funeral itself on Friday, and then we went home on Saturday, and it was very emotional, it was very intense, it was a very beautiful ceremony, but it was hard and I just needed a little bit of time to myself. So I didn't even post anything up until I think Wednesday or Thursday just because it was that intense and I haven't posted since. So I'll catch up, everything is coming, don't worry, but I just needed that little bit of time. So I thought I'd do a whole Black Friday weekend episode instead of just a day because this year is very different. Usually with Black Friday, I'm very on the ball. I tend to know what I want, when I want it, how I'm going to go about buying it, especially when it comes to the body shop. There's a box that's an advent calendar that they put out every year. I love getting that. And this year I did not. So they usually have a special on Black Friday. I go into my local store, I have them reserve a box for me, and they do that. Last year they had to actually order a box from a different branch because they didn't have stock. But they did. I loved it. It was amazing. I use that box every day. It holds my different items. So my face creams, my shower gels, my bath bombs, like everything is in its place and it looks so beautiful. It's basically an ornament display case, but I make it useful. So I use it every day, 2-3 times a day. There's never an issue with it and I love it. This year I didn't buy it. So with finances, I save up money in my different savings pockets for different things, and I was on target, on budget for Black Friday. So I had the money in the bank and I just felt it would be a waste to buy that because I still have quite a few products left over. I do buy additional ones that I happen to like throughout the year, and sometimes I also get others as gifts. For example, an aunt of mine works for Woolworths. They expanded their range. I got bath bubbles that they make before it even hit the shelves as a birthday gift. So I'm also gifted nice things throughout the year, and I don't get to use everything within the span of a year before I buy the next box. So I just felt it would be a waste to buy the box. However, not actually that worried about the spending part of it. Like I said, I saved. My thing is now, do I want to buy these things? Because like with the Body Shop Advent calendar, I love the calendar. I love the fun around being excited for Christmas, all of that. But does the item value actually add to my life? Does having more Body Shop products expand my life? Or is it just going to cause clutter and a waste of money, essentially? Is it going to be useful to me to buy it? And with a lot of things that I had planned on buying for Black Friday, the conclusion I came to is no. It's a big no. Because I usually buy my Christmas presents on Black Friday, which is where I get the best discounts. I buy myself games for my Nintendo Switch on the Cyber Monday sale. They have been running specials, but I have enough games. I don't need more. Is it worth spending the money to buy the games if I'm not going to fully use it and enjoy it? And buying Christmas presents. Am I buying it because it's cheap and on sale, or is it something I genuinely would have bought this person even if it wasn't on sale? And after answering all these questions, my conclusion was no. Like, it didn't matter when I bought these gifts. It's fine. I knew I would buy them eventually. Buying them on sale didn't matter. I have a budget for my gifts. I'm sticking to it. I'm well under for some people. And it's not an issue. So why waste the money just because it's Black Friday? And that got me thinking a lot on how much stuff do we really need? Christmas is rapidly approaching, and I just got a reminder this morning that within this next week, it will be December. Like, we will be in the final month of the year. And that to me is scary, exciting. It's something I'm actually proud of because this year has taken a lot out of me to survive and to get through. Like, remembering how I was feeling at the beginning of the year and seeing how far I've come emotionally has done the world of good. And being able to reflect on that has made me grateful. Truly and honestly grateful. And that is the important thing. Are we able to actually use the things we buy on Black Friday? Are they adding value to our lives? Are they things we're just going to re-gift at Christmas? And are we actually preparing for Christmas and the New Year and the things that are to come in a positive way? Because I've had a bit of time to reflect, and I kept speaking about the planning episodes that I'm going to do. And because I've been planning so much, I've literally got everything planned out up until the end of Jan. And January will actually be my planning month. So January is going to explore a whole bunch of things around planning and the way I do things. But to get there, we have to first get through all the other milestones that are coming. Black Friday is done and dusted. We have Christmas. Overseas, they've got Thanksgiving, which I think is also either early December or late November. And all these small things that are just ticking off all the boxes. And the one thing I am trying to focus on is the value of it. Are we just consumers, or are we actually finding a deeper value and meaning in things? This is something I always like to look at, especially if you consider my sustainability series from September. What can we reuse? What can we upcycle? What can we use again? And the thing I always come back to is my family with traditions and how we do things. This year, we're setting up the same Christmas tree we've had for a few years. We only replaced it, I think, 3 or 4 years ago because the old one had literally lost most of its green things, the little, what's those things called? You know what I'm talking about, the green things of the fake trees that we have in South Africa. All of those had practically fallen out. There was one that actually broke off. It was a disaster. So we literally needed a new tree. And I went out and bought a big one that my mom wanted. And we've been using it ever since. And the only thing we do is we have a few baubles that we always use. And we have a color scheme every single year. And we always just add a few items to the ones we have for Christmas. So this year we're doing purple and silver. We've had silver previous years. We've had gold. We've had red. So the thing is, my mom just bought 2 small packets of purple decorations, and we're going to add it to the ones we already have. We're not going out and buying a brand new Christmas tree, buying a whole bag of tinsel, buying all the baubles. No, we're buying a little bit and we're going to use it, and we can reuse it next year depending on what color scheme we want. It's not the end of the earth. And that's the thing. Quality over quantity. I am someone who looks forward to Christmas. So Black Friday is generally my prep day. And this year, I think I've dialed it down and taken it back because we are all in this phase, I would say, of minimizing things. We are cutting down, we are streamlining things, we are trying to find a good rhythm with what we've got instead of expanding. And the one thing I like about travel is that it makes you look at what you actually have clothing-wise, because that was my eye-opener. I could pack my entire luggage bag full and still have space. My items are small enough to be folded or rolled into my suitcase, but the items I have are a good quality, long-lasting, and they all fit the same color scheme. So I could take a lot of items and they'll all match with one another. I don't have to worry about all sorts of color crazy things that are gonna clash. I'm not sure if that's making sense. Like, I have pinks and blues and then my staples. So everything matches with one another. It doesn't look too crazy if I put them together. So I could mix and match quite a few outfits for the 4 days I was staying and not have to worry. And that was a beautiful thing for me because I've been trying to minimize my wardrobe, and that is just a sign that I have succeeded. So going into next year, I can focus on keeping that same rhythm. And if new clothes do need to be bought, I can just replace ones that I have. I don't have to go and figure out what is my style, what do I need, what am I using, those kinds of things. And that is the thing I would definitely say is the whole takeaway of Black Friday. What are you using? What are you not? What can be upgraded if it needs a replacing? And what can you do without? Because I think doing this kind of spring cleaning before Christmas or even after Christmas and before the new year will do you so much good. Not just for your physical space, but for your soul. Because a lot of people tend to forget that we carry baggage emotionally in a physical way, which is why a lot of people have physical ailments due to emotional illnesses that not a lot of people can understand, give the proper sympathy or empathy, and actually make a difference to help this person. So I think being able to take a few days, sit down, unpack those bags, and actually dig through it and see what you're keeping, what you're getting rid of, what you can actually sort out and just donate even, can give you so much relief. You'll feel like a brand new person. So that is my message for Black Friday. Ask yourself, did you really need to buy this? If you are considering buying something, do you still want to buy it? Do you need it? Or is it just the urgency and excitement of Black Friday that you got swept up in? Yeah, that is it. That is my Black Friday episode. I'm done. I've got nothing else to say. The song of the week is Mind Your Business by Latto, and I can't pronounce her name, but I will put it in the description box. It's an incredible song. The music video is also very, very cool. It's like very over the top. But I think that is something that we can take into the next month. Just mind your business, drink your water, move on with your life. Like, that is all I can say. That is it for me. Keep being a better being, and I will see you in my next episode. Love you. Bye.